My name is Andrew Forsman and I'm the CEO of CyberSmart.
My name is Chantal Martiz. I am the financial manager at CyberSmart. What does CyberSmart do? We connect people to the world.
We have now somewhere around 200 kilometers of buried fiber in the Greater Cape Town area.
As we see more and more people move away from ADSL and move to fiber, as well as fiber being able to, enter new communities where it wasn't able to reach before. So our home fiber customers have grown significantly because there's now opportunities for more and more people to have access to the internet.
What really drives me is that I can pay the salaries of 100 plus people. How many of those 100 people, how many do they sustain? So it's great to be able to offer employment. I think that's a big plus. And employment in an environment where people appreciate it and where people belong.
We offer free internet connectivity to various NPOs, night shelters in and around the area. We also aim to offer more reduced internet at a reduced fee to our neighboring schools and other NPOs and creches within the community. If it's offered at the schools, they would have access to various programs and learning materials and just things that would broaden them and enrich their environment and their learning experience.
If we can play our part in enabling more people to be able to live that life, then great, I'm happy with that.
It is really about giving back to the community, to be honest with you. If you're in a position where you are able to help communities, so financially you are in a position to make donations or, to provide training or to just make a difference.
We do the same thing every day and we try to do it better, but we're still digging a hole, we're putting in a sleeve, we're putting the fiber in the sleeve and we're connecting a building and we're trying to do it in the least disruptive way. We do what we do and we hopefully do what we do well. And we need to just keep doing that because we keep enabling, and I just see us as an enabler.
My name is Errol van der Riede. I'm the CEO of Eagle Towers SA. We reside in the winelands of Stellenbosch. Eagle Towers is a tower co. It's known as a tower co in the industry. Tower co is short for tower company. We own our own infrastructure in the telecommunications space, but predominantly we're serving the mobile network operators for the likes of Vodacom, OpenServe, Rain, and MTN and them. I come from humble beginnings. I started out with nothing. I always had the appetite to build towers and own the towers. So the national footprint is there. We've got the regional managers in every major region. We cover all 9 regions. We have satellite offices in lesser regions. I'm a South African company, 100% black owned B level 1. Triple BE, a proper broad base that spills over into our foundation and also to the way of how we're doing business, that our tower has an impact over and beyond us, and that is what Eagle is all about. We've gone through deep, deep valleys, but we are standing on the mountain. In the community, creches, schools, other churches, we are really involved. People see us in Jamestown as a pillar of hope. That's why I'm not in Technopark. I'm using my 2 houses that we converted into offices so we can even be in the middle of the community. Outside this environment, the impact that our towers have in especially the deep rural. So the deep rural, you look at people that sit in villages with no coverage. Can you imagine people in deep rural with no coverage ever? Ever. So that is my appetite and that is what motivates me. How many diamonds in the dust are there? And who are the tools to go fetch them? Us with broadband into deep rural. Could take the diamonds out, shape it and put it into a position of excellence. The one thing that I can say about telecommunications or the ICT sector, it affects every other sector. When COVID came, that sector took a drop, but not major because everybody needs to make phone calls, everybody needs to work from home. Other industries dropped and they closed their doors. So we've got an integral part and responsibility into every sector. If you look at deep rural, then you've got the connotation of agriculture. How can your tower enhance agriculture? Yes, it can. Internet of Things. They can use your tower for measuring humidity, measuring pollen, putting weather stations on your tower. So, and also if you, in the deep rural, put your cell phone tower there with your broadband, people can go into programs and learn. Coding can start even in deep rural for agriculture. It doesn't have to be robots and whatever in the metro. So with that, you can avoid people from relocating from deep rural, agricultural area to cities. As we speak, cities are saturated. They are under strain. The different infrastructures, sewage, water and that, because of the squatter camps, because the people come from rural to metro areas. So us placing towers strategically in villages in deep rural will keep the people there. Not keep the people there in a bad way, but empowering, developing them so that they can make a living there instead of putting strain into cities.
My name is Hein de Swart. I'm the Group MD for Lightstruck. We specialize in deploying fiber networks across multiple areas in the country. With the revolution moving from leafy suburbs to secondary economies, Lightstruck followed suit, and we started to roll out in secondary economies, lower income areas, where we essentially identified areas around leafy suburbs where we already had the backhaul in place, we already had the networks in place. We then reached out to the communities around these areas and then identified where the biggest need was for connectivity. If you talk about technology, if you talk about connectivity, if you talk about connecting people, one story that I always like telling is a specific scenario that happened in a gated community in the Western Cape where we deployed fiber and then subsequently also provided free Wi-Fi service around a hotel and a square area. We then worked with the local municipality to connect their cameras and everything like that as a value-added service to the community. What happened was the security picked up that a specific individual was walking around at night, sitting down at the square, doing something. That happened over a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and when they essentially, after a week, dispatched a security car to approach this person, they found out that it was a student who actually walked all the way from their home to access the free internet that we were providing at that stage to do their homework. That just goes to show that, you know, we see internet as a given, that it's something that we should just get used to and that we are used to. But I think that really opened our eyes that there's people who don't have access to connectivity that can benefit from something like free Wi-Fi. And that essentially allowed us to expand our free Wi-Fi offering, and we rolled that out to numerous bus stops across that precinct and also to various other areas in the precinct, which I think really benefited the community, not only in the precinct but also in the outlying areas as well. There's been a couple of drives across the country where private investors or fiber network operators or wireless providers partnered with local municipality to provide a free service. We saw that and then partnered with the specific local municipality to provide, as a proof of concept, a free Wi-Fi around their square areas, in hotels, in specific strategic areas and buildings within that precinct. We partnered with an internet service provider at that stage to provide the internet breakout, and we then partnered with the municipality who assisted with the capex to roll out the wireless equipment. We were then responsible for the fiber infrastructure. As a company, you always try and monetize everything. But as time passed, we realized that this is actually a service to the community that we want to provide. And that's why we got all parties involved to assist and reach that goal.